The third session of cell division, biology made simple with Samai. So these are the key points of today's session that we are going to discuss. Let us first begin with the answer to previous video question wherein I asked you if a human zygote has 23 pairs of chromosome, what will be the number of chromosome in the skin cell and the egg cell? So the answer to this question is, in case of skin cell, the division occurs by mitosis and hence it will have the same number of chromosome like that of the parent cell. That means the skin cell will have either, you can say, 23 pairs or 46 chromosome, whereas egg cell is produced by meiosis or meiotic cell division, and hence it contains half the number of chromosome, that is 23 chromosome. Okay, so skin cell by mitosis, egg cell by meiosis. Now let us move ahead and understand why meiosis is so important. What is its significance? So let us just begin with understanding the number of chromosome in human male, that is 23 pairs or 46 chromosomes. It contains XY as the sex chromosome. In case of human female, again 46 chromosome, but sex chromosome is XX, that is double dose of X chromosome. Clear? Now when there is formation of a zygote, it needs union of the male gamete, that is the sperm, with female gamete, that is the egg cell or the ovum, which results in formation of the zygote. Now where comes this meiosis? Obviously, as we have heard, ki meiosis is for gamete formation. Let us just think what would have been the case if the gametes were to be produced by mitosis and not meiosis. Okay, so can you just think of the answer to this question? If gametes were produced by mitosis, means it will carry the same number of chromosome like that of the parent cell, that is 46 chromosome. So 46 in sperm and 46 in the egg cell. So obviously the case would have been some other non-human species, which is obviously not the thing, or it could have been no zygote formation. As there is problem, there will be no zygote formation, no fertilization, and hence no individual will be produced. Now so as to avoid this, we have got meiosis, and hence meiosis will carry only half the number of chromosomes, that is the male gamete sperm will have 23 chromosomes and female gamete egg will have 23 chromosomes. Both are fusing together so as to form this zygote. Now the zygote, 23 from male, 23 from female. The zygote will carry how many chromosomes? 46 chromosome, and a normal human baby will be produced. So all this is regarding meiosis, significance of meiosis. Clear? Okay, so a brief description regarding meiosis. It was first discovered and described by Oscar Hartwig. Now, what is meiosis? As we have already studied in the previous session, that is mitosis, wherein I considered the difference between meiosis and mitosis. You already know it is a reductional division. Okay, and it occurs in the reproductive cell or the germ cell, which results in production of 4 haploid daughter cell. I hope you remember what is meant by haploid and diploid. Now the preparatory steps in meiosis are identical to the to be studied in the mitosis. So here it goes: preparatory step, interphase. The first one is the growth 1 or G1 phase. Second is the S phase or synthesis phase for synthesis of DNA, and there is growth 2 or G2 phase. So these are common in mitosis as well as meiosis. So, but in case of meiosis, there is one difference, that is the division occurs twice, and hence we are having over here meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Okay. So you can say it will meiosis 1 is further divided into karyokinesis 1, that is nuclear division, and cytokinesis 1, that is cytoplasmic division. Again meiosis 2 is further divided into karyokinesis, that is nuclear division, cytokinesis, that is cytoplasmic division. So here begins the meiosis. Phases of meiosis are meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 again divided into karyokinesis 1 and cytokinesis 1. Karyokinesis 1, very important. Nuclear division has got prophase 1. Prophase 1 has different stages: leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin and dikinesis. Very important part in meiosis is the prophase 1. We'll understand why. Next, as we have studied already in mitosis, prophase is followed by metaphase. So here it will be metaphase 1 followed by anaphase 1 followed by telophase 1, and then there is one resting period between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. This resting period is known as interkinesis. Okay, so meiosis 2 is similar to the mitosis, and it is again divided into karyokinesis 2 and cytokinesis 2. Karyokinesis, first one is, yes, tell me, it will be prophase 2 followed by metaphase 2 followed by anaphase 2 followed by telophase 2, and there will be cytokinesis. After cytokinesis 2, there will be formation of 4 haploid daughter cells. So these are the phases of meiosis. Let's begin with understanding very important stage of meiosis, that is prophase 1. As we have already studied in the previous slide, it was leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin and dikinesis. So here you can clearly see this is the leptotin, wherein the chromosomes become thick. Okay, so there will be condensation of chromosome. Here you can see. Moving ahead, zygotin. So zygotin will result in formation of synaptoidal complex, and there is synapses between homologous chromosomes. So the homologous chromosome, here you can see the pairing. So there is formation of the bivalent. Bika meaning is 2. So formation of bivalent chromosome, here you can see, and in the third stage of prophase 1 you can see the crossing over. So crossing over is taking place, and there is formation of this part which is known as the chiasma. Further, at the end of prophase 1, that is in dikinesis, you can see the nuclear membrane is dissolved. So there is dissolution of the nuclear membrane, and here you can see after the result of the crossing over, and see over here blue part is there and it has got a bit of red part. Now this is the result of crossing over that occurred in pachytin, and in this red part you can see there is blue part. Clear? So that this results in the recombinant chromosome, and that's why its significance is in formation of gametes. So you'll find that if you compare yourself to your parents, are you exactly identical to your parents? No. And this is because of the crossing over occurring in the pachytin stage of the prophase 1. So variation, here recombination is taking place, okay, and variation is generated, because of which you are not identical to your parents, you are not even identical to your sibling, that is your brothers or sister. Okay, so this was regarding prophase 1. Let us move ahead with the next part. It has I have shown here combined meiosis 1 and the meiosis 2. So here you can say this is the parent cell, this is prophase 1, as you have already studied in the previous slide, that after prophase 1 there is recombination of the chromosome. So this is the parent cell. You can see the number of chromosomes over here. Okay, and you can compare it with the daughter cells that are formed. So daughter cell has got how many chromosomes over here? 1, 2 and 3. So metaphase 1 similar to the mitosis. The chromosomes are aligned in the equatorial plane. Anaphase, the chromosomes are pulled apart. Here you can see this formation of spindle fiber and the chromosomes will be pulled apart. And after anaphase 1 there is telophase 1, wherein there is division of the nucleus, which is followed by division of the cytoplasm, that is cytokinesis. Next, so here the daughter cells are formed. Number 1, I have labeled it as number 1 and number 2. So here the daughter cell. Let's move to the meiosis 2, beginning with the prophase 2. Now these stages, if you compare these stages to the mitosis, it will be same. Okay, so here you can see 3 chromosomes are there. Okay, and here if you see 3 chromosomes are there. Okay, so now these are the haploid and here the parent cell was diploid 2n. So prophase 2 similar to the mitosis, again lining on the equatorial plane. Anaphase 2, the chromatid. Now here there is separation of the chromatid. Here there was separation of the chromosome. Remember this, very important point. Separation of the chromatids over here. Okay, so this was regarding daughter cell number 1. This is regarding daughter cell number 2. And finally at the end of cytokinesis 2, there will be formation of 4 haploid daughter cell. Okay, so this was regarding meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. I hope this part is clear to you. Just go through this once and even check for the chromosomes over here. So recombinant chromosomes are formed. Here also you can check the recombinant chromosomes are present. So let's move ahead. This is a overview of meiosis, wherein gametes are formed, 4 haploid daughter cells, and this is the questionnaire that you can go through and try to answer this question. Tell me how do you find this particular video. Thank you. If you like this video, do like, share and subscribe for more upcoming videos. Also, I'll put the link for previous videos in the description, so check the description box.